Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together we are Pajamas. And that is Traffic. We are about to watch Wonder Woman 84. So yeah. Are you excited?
I'm curious.
Yeah. So we'll see what this one does as a standalone and in comparison to the first one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman 84, here we go. We're watching on headphones, and so yeah, we're watching with our usual habits. Oh, hell no. No. Mm-mm.
Have it all. Do you have everything you've ever wanted? Aren't you?
Destroying public property.
It's nice to meet you.
We've met.
I would have went back and made more wishes.
Wanted to bring this to you while it was still hot.
You're too good to me.
It's not a problem. Stay warm.
Good for her.
Hey, Barbara.
Hi, Jake.
Looking good.
No, thanks.
Hi, Jake.
Mr. Lord is considering becoming a friend of the Smithsonian.
His name is Mr. Lord. I'm gonna do that from now on. Walk by people and just give them a thumbs up. Like at the supermarket.
This is, the one and only Mr. Maxwell Lord.
Max Lord. Max Lord.
I wish to be you, the dream stone itself. Of course I wish that too. Then your wish is granted. And in return, I'll take all of your shares. Old friend.
Yeah. Hi, old friend. I'm, Barbara, Diana's new friend.
Made something invisible. Just a coffee cup. And I lost it.
Barbara? What are you doing?
Mind your business.
Was mind your business a saying back in the 80s? Mind your own business was. Good way to have her toy with the dark side, though. I like that. Ooh. Ooh.
Romulus, the last emperor of Rome.
Alistair, again? What, when, tonight?
Aw.
And I wish for your goodness.
No. Water the farm. I didn't mean here.
Poor cows.
What is there to wish for? More nuclear weapons? More than they have?
Yay! Yes. Full heel turn. Shit looks awesome.
Where's your joy, your humanity, your
Who needs that?
yourself?
You're a badass.
What is it costing you?
Yep. Call her out.
That's right. Get used to it.
Mm-hmm. People in glass houses, Wonder Woman.
Can't say goodbye.
I'm already gone.
I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be number one, an apex predator.
Nice.
I like the way you think.
Me too.
Yeah? Well, I wish you dropped dead!
Ride the lightning. Nice.
Barbara, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to everyone else.
That was clever.
Excuse me, please. You have to let me thank you, miss. Asteria. Wow.
Nice.
It's a beautiful name. It's from my culture.
One downfall sometimes to superhero movies is they have to sit through the entire credits hoping that there might be something else.
It takes so many people to make a film now.
Well, that's a huge production too. But yeah, it does. Though that's actually pretty short as far as I think the credits are like 5 minutes long. So especially like action or the superhero movies, they're usually like, God, the Avengers credits are forever long.
It may have helped that they flashed the names all at once throughout the screen instead of having it scroll one name at a time.
Yeah, that's true. I've noticed that as well. Yeah.
That may have helped.
Yeah. All right, so we just watched Wonder Woman 84. All 2.5 hours of it. What'd you think?
Well, the villain was defeated in a rather corny way, a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Although, I did like the character development of Cheetah Girl. Oh, we even had an invisible jet and Hysteria.
Yep. Who was Linda Carter, which was really awesome. That was the original Wonder Woman back in the 70s. Not that I'm aging myself, but that's the Wonder Woman I may have grown up with. Hypothetically, if I'm extremely old.
I did like the special effects and the music.
Yeah, the music's always really good. The theme song is fantastic.
There was also the fish out of water situation with, was it Steve?
The love interest?
Yes.
Yeah, like he's new to the times. So yeah.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
Instead of going for someone seeing all of this and going crazy and mad, instead it's like Ariel when she was no longer a mermaid and came to land and experienced human life. She was filled with amazement instead of being scared.
Right. Like wanting to adapt to this new version of life that you had never seen before. Yeah. I will concur about the corniness of the villain part. The villain this one to me did a better job with the villain. The first one's villain was my least favorite part, other than them how they could sail the boat and what. I'll get into that. But the villain was I didn't like it, and I remember me and Wonder Woman initially did not get along very well. I've seen it again, and I appreciate it a little more, especially for what they did with the character. But the plot still, it's a thorn in my side, especially the villain. Didn't like it. I like the idea of the villain. It's Wonder Woman meets Wish Upon, just without Joey King. But again, they're trying to do too much. I loved Kristen Wiig's portrayal of, I wanted her to be evil Wonder Woman the entire time. I was writing my notes about, I was like, yes. We didn't need two villains, first of all. Max Lord, which I was going to go on a mad rant about his name until it was like a, fake name that he gave himself. I was like, that's such an evil villain name. But he was big enough of a threat, I think. Obviously. I didn't think Wig needed to be the side villain. I think what I wish would have happened is they built her character up through this one to be the villain in the next one. And maybe don't look like you're a cast member on Cats. Because during the movie, in the reaction part, I said, awesome or cool when she first was on top of the building looking down. Looked awesome. But then when they started fighting, I'm just like, oh, you look like you're in Cats. So, I get what they were going for. I liked her, whole, what was, Kate Blanchett's evil... Hela? When Kate Blanchett was in Thor, she was their sister, but she was the evil sister. Well, Loki's kind of evil, too. Yeah, get mad at me in the comments, can't remember, but that's kind of what she reminded me of. She had the hair and the makeup. It was... Kate Blanchett had black, dark hair, and Wig had blonde, bleached hair, but she just had that kind of aura about her. I liked her then, when she was fighting in the White House, whatever. That look was awesome. She looked badass. Should have kept that look. Just go further with that look. When she went full Cats, full Cheetah Girl. The end, with people renouncing, and it was a little muddy. A
little too convenient that everyone was doing that.
And what happens to those that don't? But since he renounced his wish, does that cancel all the wishes?
And if it did, then they wouldn't have had to have renounced it.
Exactly, yeah. So it got a little lost in itself as far as its own lore, I think. If it makes sense to you out there in viewing land, please let us know. Maybe we're not interpreting it right.
I was actually hoping something similar to what you were hoping for, that Cheetah Girl would be able to rise up and would have a possibility of being in a future film.
Yeah, but I think they kind of just gave away too much too early, and I didn't like the character design, the makeup, and all that with her. I just didn't like it. I liked her coming into her own. I liked her being this vigilante. She's fighting the bad people, but, with force, and she doesn't care, if she hurts you to get the job done. I like that. Like, kick that guy's ass, yeah. Pound him into dust. I wrote my notes. You mind if I go through my notes right now?
Go ahead.
Okay, we're going through my notes. Not all of them. I like how they were building, as I said, they were building towards Wonder Woman and then evil Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was always in white. She was always in black. Like, once the split started happening, I thought it was a little cliche, white hat, black hat kind of good evil thing. But it was nice that they were playing in it. I was like, please don't be
a cliche Western.
Well, don't tease me. That's what I wanted. I wanted her to go full evil. And she did. No. They went too far. Bring it back a little bit. Some of this, like, I had some questions. Like, I usually have questions as the movie's going along, but then they get answered as the movie goes. Could have done without the different outfits montage, where the love interest was trying on all the outfits, and she's like, no, I don't like that one. I get what they were doing, some levity, but I didn't think it was really necessary. I don't know, I just didn't care for it. I wasn't mad about it, but I just didn't like it.
Too much of a sidetrack from the main plot?
And just not necessary. As you said, she got her invisible plane. That was cool. I like that they brought that. Isn't it dangerous to fly through fireworks? I would think that they could still explode. Like, if they explode, like, right on, like, around the plane, they could blow a wing or blow the plane up if they hit the fuel.
I'm more curious about how she's soaring in the air instead of falling.
Well, she was using her lasso before, so that was giving her propulsion.
Yes.
But I don't know about the end where she was just flying. She could leap. But I don't know how she can just... Unless, like, at the very end, they didn't show her, like, getting momentum from anything. It's usually what she does. Either, like, the plane she got, and she just, took it that way. Or the lasso, she used that. But at the end, I don't know. I don't know why she's also flying. Maybe we're supposed to infer that's what she's doing now. She's using the lasso.
Maybe. It would be too convenient, though, for there to be a plane flying by.
Well, that's
definitely cannot latch onto a cloud. That's only going to go through it.
Very true. It's just like falling, like, oh, when our plane comes by. That'd be a funny Wonder Woman parody, like, whoosh. Whoops. I like that. Good observation. But even when they went invisible, that's what radar is for. Like, yeah. You could crash into another plane because all the planes should know, based on the towers and all that. That's how planes don't crash into each other.
Yes, that actually is something that did come to my mind when it was invisible, in that, well, they may not be able to physically see it, but the radar is still detecting that there's something there.
Yeah, so... I've also renamed this movie. I'm calling it Wonder Woman 84. Straight men in the 80s being gross. That's what it was. And I know it's not changed at all for women out there, and I'm so sorry you have to put up with that. But wow, it was just like, hey, baby. Cat calling and woo. And, I felt so bad. Like, because that happens, even today, because men are gross. Especially you stray dudes out there. Knock it off.
That's very interesting how you phrased it, catcalling. And she later...
Yeah, there you go. I thought the Soviet-US thing was a little heavy-handed. I get why they did it.
It was the 1980s.
It was the 80s. Not everything in the 80s needs to have that blanket over it. So much stuff from the 80s, from now, that goes back to the 80s is what I'm saying, has it in there. Yes, it was like that. I hypothetically grew up in the 80s. But this was really heavy-handed. When the Soviets sided with that guy's claim on the land... And then the U.S. sided with the government. It's like, of course. Like, that part wasn't needed. The nuke stuff at the end, I could buy that. Because the guy was wanting power. He infiltrated the White House. The president made a really strange wish. And so, yeah. I like the idea of Max Lord giving evil Wonder Woman the rage and the prowess. But not giving her stuff. I thought it was cool. They could have went a lot farther with that, building her to the next villain in the next movie, as we've discussed. Like, give her those things and then let her disappear the rest of the movie. And don't make her look like she's from Cats. And then in the next movie, boom, go full evil Kate Blanchett and Thor, evil Wonder Woman, whole nine. Give it to me. My body is ready. I wanted to see it. It would have been so cool. But how did giving her the rage and the prowess make her into a fucking cat? Like, like, it literally made her a fucking cat. Cheetah girl. Why? She looked way cooler, number one, but that doesn't make any sense. If I was like, Justin, now, give me all your rage and your prowess. I'm not going to turn into a cat.
The only thing that I can think of is that it would make her more ferocious, although you could say that about any predatory animal.
You don't need to turn into... Why did she turn into a cat? It feels like we're missing a scene.
Maybe what she was wearing? The cheetah's paws? And now I'm nitpicking.
What am I going to turn into? The freaking gray monster thing? Big ball lint? I'm going to inhabit your dryer.
I'm doing the best that I can because before that she didn't make any references to cheetahs.
Yeah, or anything. That was so weird.
Not even to saying that it's a spirit animal of hers or that ever since she was a little girl she was fascinated by cheetahs or anything like that.
Exactly. Yeah, you could have done... Yeah, there, easy fix right there. He gave you your tether to that occurrence. They didn't do that.
The most that I could is what she happened, probably by chance, was wearing. Which means that if she were wearing zebra stripes,
Oh, she became an evil zebra. Oh no. Oh no.
That would have made it a little bit more difficult because then her hands would be
hooves. Yeah. Like, it's a really funny visual. Zebra lady. Zebra woman. Dun, 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 dun.
You really like that idea.
Oh, it's really funny. I can see it in my head, like Wonder Woman fighting Zebra Lady. With a dun 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 dun. And Wonder Woman just being like, really? She's like, I didn't choose it! Pum 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 pum.
Don't blame her, blame whatever was fashionably trendy at the time.
That was not the 80s. There was nothing fashionably trendy. Well,
like,
there was trendy, but there was not fashionably trendy.
Like, fashionably trendy with quotation marks.
There you go. And Wonder Woman's all, he's great, but all I see is you. And initially I wrote, can I have him instead? Because I'm not a fan of Chris Pine. I don't dislike him as an actor. He does a good job. He's fine in the role. Something about him doesn't appeal to me as a leading man. I didn't like him in the first one, even though I thought he fit better in the first one. And he did fine in the role. He's a fine actor. He just doesn't do it for me, I guess. And not even like in a weird sexual way. He just, as an actor, like even in Star Trek, he did fine. But he just...
But only fine?
He doesn't annoy me, and he's... Nothing like that. It's just something about him doesn't resonate with me, and I'm just like, eh. Like, he kind of... he's just there. So, but when I said that, can I have the other guy instead? And then at the end, when that guy was standing beside her, which was completely unnecessary...
Yes, I was wondering if, is this a sign of her moving on and then she's going to have another love interest? It didn't seem to go that way.
Yeah, when she was talking to him, though, I was like, never mind what I wrote earlier about the other guy. I'll take neither of them. Neither of them. Thank you. I would go after the White House tour guy that was wanting Wonder Woman before either one of them. Because, I like me a nerdy guy, so... And the end was a little heavy-handed. You brought up Disney with Ariel. And it was a little heavy-handed with everyone is magically happy, and it's snowing, and...
It actually does show what happens when everyone gets what they want, which is why not everyone gets what they want, because everyone is wishing for extremely different things, and thus the chaos that erupted.
Yeah, exactly. But then at the end, it's snowing, and everyone's all happy and laughing and playing, and it was just...
Oh, yes.
So Disney.
Without questioning about what in the world happened.
So Disney.
Although with Disney, you could at least fall back on magic.
Yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
with something like
Yeah.
a DC Comics superhero genre, magic may not be enough of an explanation.
Yeah. You don't have a stupid mouse going, ha-ha, to make it.
It may explain superpowers, but not things like a worldwide cataclysmic event that appeared and then suddenly disappeared.
Yeah. Like, yeah. The world cleaned itself up and got really happy really fast. So, go us, I guess. Human race.
And it only took between July and December.
There you go. We work quick, I guess. But again, you know, the flaws were the villains. Plural. Didn't need them both. And movies need to stop doing that. Superhero movies need to stop doing that. You can have one villain. Like, he was fine. And it could have done some fine-tuning with the power and what it did to him. I thought he was going to turn into a crystal. Like his eyes were going, not like turn into the crystal itself, but like inside become less human and more whatever it was turning him into. And then when Wonder Woman fought him, at that point he should have been immortal. And he kind of was, I guess. I don't know. It's just
I'm not sure exactly what he was.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I think once he went to the White House, it was kind of started going off slow, going down a slope. When it really fell off the cliff is when he got what he wanted, when he had the broadcast. Something huge should have happened then to him. Because he was granting all these wishes and taking all, but he was just like, I'll take your thing. But if thousands and thousands and upon millions of people are making wishes at once, why are you taking it one at a time? Just take, I want all of your health. I want all of your...
And this is assuming that they're even watching the television at the time that he's doing it.
Let's say there's a million people making a wish at that one time. He can group take what he wants. Like, say, I want all of your health. I want your health, and I want your life force. Everyone should be, boom, drop dead. Because he just took your life force, you're dead. And everyone should be dying, because he took your health. If you don't have health, you're dying.
Oh, so, and seemingly out of nowhere, give her rage.
And prowess, so she can turn into a fucking cat. That's so much potential. And it was going somewhere so cool.
I actually didn't mind her transformation, personally.
I didn't like it personally. Alright, anything else you'd like to add? No. Alrighty. Well, that's going to wrap this one up. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.